So everybody know when you get irritated with that one job, immediately getting on Indeed because you're not about to piss me off. I do it every time. And then do I find jobs? No. Actually, I get so frustrated because it be the same jobs on there that I've applied for. And they be like urgently hiring, and yet y'all haven't called me. I'm looking. I'm here waiting for you. Help me out. Hi, guys, and welcome back to Creative Struggles. Today, we are getting into it. The grind never stops, especially when you're passionate about something. And I feel like it specifically hits a little bit differently when you're an actor. Auditions, self tapes, a 9 to 5, side hustles, the constant grind, the chaos, and the lessons learned from my version. Now, I would like to start off with the grind report, which is going to be a segment where I simply just say what I have been doing for the week, what I've been doing to make it to that next level. And this week, I actually submitted for a commercial that I seen a posting on Instagram, and it was from this casting director, Major casting director, love her. All these people liking it, commenting me, and then I'm just like, send the email. A day later, I get an email or response rather saying, "Can you do a self tape? We would love to see you." Cool. So that's my grind report for the week. Lord willing, I book that because that would be pretty awesome sauce. Now, moving on to the topic for today, as I said last week, can you work a full time job and be an actor? I think that people have multiple answers to this, and I'm just going to give my personal opinion on that. Full transparency. I have 2 jobs, not one, 2 jobs. And if you count acting as a job, which I don't, because I personally feel like a job is something that you hate doing. That's what I consider a job. I don't consider acting being a job because that's something I love to do. Therefore, I don't title that as a job. But if we want to be technical, you get paid from it. So it falls into the job category. So that's 3 jobs. So people like work one full time and then the other one is like a part time, like 2, 3 days out the week. No, both of them full time. Jesus. Yeah, that hit a little differently when you say it out loud. Cause it's like, are you okay? How are you sleeping? That's literally the first question anybody asks me when they find out I have 2 full-time jobs. 2 jobs in general. Where do you sleep? How do you have a social life? Are you okay? It couldn't be me. Usually, usually when somebody say, that couldn't be me, it's like, are you calling me stupid? It's like, first of all, I live in LA. I shouldn't have to say anything other than that. I live in LA. Period. That's it. That is why I need multiple jobs because the rent is astronomical. Even for the most simplest of apartments, homes, whatever, unnecessary. Highway robbery at its finest. When I moved here back in 2019, I had a studio, 406 square feet. Wicked work. And I paid $17.95 for that. And that was on the low end. I actually looked it up, did my research. That same exact apartment is going for $2,200 for a 406 square feet studio. $2,200, not including utilities. And I feel like no place in LA is including utilities. So y'all go ahead and add that up. I'm not telling y'all what I pay now. It's a little rough. So what my week actually looks like, well, I'm not going to give the whole thing because y'all don't need to know my every move. But I give you a little gist, a little taste. Like I said, work 2 jobs. So basically, I'm working a double every day. I mean, I do get like a day off, one day, maybe 2 if I'm lucky. If the scheduling work out right, I get 2 days. Normally, I just get the one day, one free day. So, which is the Lord's Day, a good Sunday, day of rest. So that's usually my free day. Out of that, I get probably about 3 to 4 hours of sleep when I'm working. I don't have the best sleep schedule at all. It's actually horrendous. Sleeping only for 3, 4 hours is really bad for you. I know this, but what am I supposed to do? I have to pay rent. Ain't nobody gonna pay it for me. Now, if somebody was offering with no strings attached, hey, where you at? But no, I gotta pay that. Got a car note, car insurance. Yeah, those things need to be paid. I feel like a lot of actors are in the same position in terms of the main topics of money and jobs. Because any actor wants to be a full time actor, especially if they're not currently now. That's the whole reason you're here. Atlanta, LA, New York. That's the whole point, to be a full time actor, working up towards that. But if you can't do that right now, now you have to find a different way to make money. And a lot of these jobs don't give a if you're an actor. They want you to be there for the shift. They don't care what you got going on. Now you need to find a job that can kind of cater to your acting, because I'm the type of person where if I know, okay, I got to be on set this day, I got this audition I need to do, I'll let her know, hey, I can't work this day, but I can do XYZ. How can we work this out where I can still come to work, but not on the day you have me scheduled? I say this all the time. I didn't come to LA to work a 9 to 5. I didn't come here to work. I came here to act. I came here to fulfill my dreams, aspirations. And maybe it sounds a little bougie, but who comes to LA to work? Maybe that's why I'm in the position I am in now, because I keep saying I ain't come here for this. Whole time, that's what I'm here doing. But I mean, I have to do that in order to survive, so it's cool. But I'm looking at the end goal. Like, this is all going to be part of my story in the end. It is what it is. It's all going to work out for my better good. I can't complain, but I can. And I have. Feel like multiple jobs has to be done, because the one job ain't paying you worth a nickel. And then the other one, they ain't paying much either, but you add both of the two together, it's like, fine, we can work with this. But that one check, that ain't cutting it. It's not cutting it at all. And then my thing is, when you work in retail, they're not making money. I mean, the higher up folks is making good money, but when you're just a regular employee, you get, shoot, pennies. So I just be thinking, like, y'all really think somebody can survive off of this little check? I just feel like pay raises should be minimum $1. And that is even sad. That does not ruffle my feathers. That actually makes me even more upset, because the amount of work that you do for a job, and I feel like they don't care. That's what you there to do. Granted, yeah. When I applied for the job, I knew it wasn't gonna be much, but it's just still like, y'all can at least like the employees, give them a couple of more cents. It's so hard to find a job, because everybody know when you get irritated with that one job, immediately getting on Indeed, because you're not about to piss me off. I do it every time. And then do I find jobs? No. Actually, I get so frustrated because it be the same jobs on there that I've applied for. And they be like urgently hiring, and yet y'all haven't called me. I'm looking. I'm here waiting for you. Help me out. I'm trying to help y'all. Help me. All right, so I'm going to tell a story. I valued the job more at that time than the acting opportunity that I had. And to this day, I get so heated about that, because that job didn't give two rats' tails about me. They hated me, actually. So this was back in 2019, and I was working at this coffee place. I'm not gonna say no names. A lot of them are closing right now. So I was working there, hated being there. They treated me like crap. The managers were evil, really. It was a job where if you couldn't work a certain day, you had to find your own coverage. Otherwise, you had to come into work. I remember I booked this wonderful opportunity. It was a major film, and it was being filmed in Palm Springs. And this was Halloween weekend. I'm like, I can't work this day. I'm going to be on set. I'm not even going to be in LA. I'm going to be in Palm Springs. I literally told my store manager, I'm not going to be here. Like, and she's like, well, if you're not going to be able to be here, then it's going to be a write-up, and you could possibly lose your job. And she's like, well, you can call around to different coffee places and see if one of them can cover your shift because I don't have anybody to be here in your opening. I spent that whole day prior to me going to Palm Springs calling every coffee place in LA to see if somebody can cover my shift. Nobody could do it. And I'm just sitting there like, Lord, please. I was like scared because that was pretty much the only job that I had. And I didn't want to lose that job. And I was only going to be filming for a day. But this is a major film. Like I didn't know what to do. Either I was gonna lose my job or go and film. I just didn't know what to do. And then I kept asking the people that I worked with and they were just like, no, like, I already have plans. So I was like, you know what? I'll just have to come back early in the morning and then go to work. So, did the filming. Um, and I remember the assistant director was like, we would love for you to stay an extra day. We'll pay for your room. And I fixed my lips to say, I can't. I have to go to work. And the assistant director was like, oh, where do you work? And when I named this coffee place, he looked at me like I was insane. And he's like, okay, well, I guess we can just, wrap you then. I felt so bad because I don't want to lose this job because it's security. The film's not a sure thing. So that's how I was thinking about it. And I kicked myself every day about that because this is the messed up part. Mind you, I had to be to work at 4 in the morning. I left Palm Springs at probably like 1 in the morning to get to work. I pull into the parking lot. The same person that said they couldn't cover my shift was there. I get out the car. Hey, what are you doing here? The supervisor said that you weren't able to come in, so she wanted me to cover your shift. Son of a... You mean to tell me I turned down this magnificent opportunity to come to work and the shift was covered and nobody told me about it? I was floored. Didn't care come the supervisor. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that you got someone to cover the shift? Oh, I forgot. Ooh, I was like, there's no way I just left Palm Springs to come to my shift and it was covered. You didn't tell me about it? I was like, never again. I will never put a job above my dream. It was high key messed up. And honestly, I feel like she did it on purpose because how do you not tell me that you got somebody to cover my shift? And I kept asking you if you found somebody. Oh, no, 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 you got to come in. You got to come in. I still think that was a setup for me to get away from what I was really doing. Like I had my own trailer. I had my own chair. I was so nervous. I barely took pictures. I'll insert some things that I have.
For those of you listening, I am just showing the inside of the trailer that I had. So no, nothing happened to the recording. It's just me showing the video. And yeah, it's a cute little nice trailer. And also I'm showing you the door with my name
They
on it.
changed the title of the film. So it's not the title on the picture, but it's called Do You Want to Die in India? And it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah. So that's my little spiel of a story. Also, that was my first big check and I was so excited. I made a copy of the check and I framed it. I was like, dang. If I would have stayed 2 days, oh boy, I almost had rent money. Oh man. But all in all, that opportunity made me super hungry. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep working. We gotta keep striving for success because being there with all the different actors, the director, the assistant director, all these people, it was a good time. So yeah. Can't wait until I get to that moment again and again and again and again. So now on to a win is a win. And my win for the week is actually going to be starting this podcast. I was going back and forth in my head. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't even have I don't even know, blah, blah, blah. Whole time, I had this microphone. I used it all at one time for a voiceover audition where I said I had studio home equipment and I didn't. And I went on Amazon and bought this microphone and then never used it again. So we have the microphone, we have a laptop, I have a phone, I have the lights, I have the ambiance. So I'm like, you know what? Just do it. Do it. So that's what I'm doing. Doing it. Doing it. Now, moving on to the last segment, lessons learned. Never, and I repeat, never put a raggedy 9 to 5 job where as soon as something happen to you, they gonna find somebody else job about what you're really passionate about. Because at the end of the day, they don't care about you. If you have multiple jobs, try to find your rest. Try. It's okay. It's okay to take no little cat nap on your lunch break, your little 30 hour. Just close your eyes for a couple of seconds. It'll work. I've done it. It helps. It definitely helps. Spend your free time wisely. Don't be sitting up watching TV on your day off all day. Now, you could be doing other things to help you flourish, excel, succeed in your career. Don't just be sitting up there looking at the TV, letting it watch you. Because you're supposed to be on the TV, not you on the couch watching the TV. Do better. Now, I know we all have our days where we're dog tired and you need that little rest on that day off. That's cool. But don't waste it because you're not going to get that time back. So do something with it. Do something memorable with it. In closing, again, prioritize your energy because you're going to need it. Working the multiple jobs. Celebrate the small wins. It doesn't matter if your win for the week was you folded your clothes. That's a win because sometimes they don't get folded right away. Win is a win. Stay motivated even when you're exhausted because I get it. I get it. You get off of work and it's like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to lay down. I haven't eaten nothing all day. I need to do this self tape. It's due tomorrow. It's due when I'm at work. So I need to do it now. Stay motivated even when you're exhausted because you got this. We got this. We can do it. Thanks again for tuning in to Creative Struggles. And remember, the grind never stops, and neither does your creativity. Until next time, my good people, we are going to be talking about scams. The scams. The scams. I'm going to tell y'all how the hustle got hustled over Atlanta. Y'all ain't going to want to miss that one because that's a good one. Y'all going to be looking like, now you know darn well. Listen, we're going to talk about it next week. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, share, all of the things. And also send an email. Let me know what you're thinking about, okay? But let them be nice things, because I'm just a girl. But I can't hop on your tail now. But don't let me get to that point. I'll see you guys next time.